Here we go.
Hi everyone, my name is Alex Gubin and I'm the creator of this project. And today I would like to tell you about the random network. But first, I would like to thank Espresso team and the judges for giving me an opportunity to perform my project. So let's get started. Well, Web3 apps need randomness. Today they face a third choice. They can use on-chain solution that other can manipulate, or they can play for centralized Oracle services that lack transparency. Both of options create security risk and limit growth. Random Network addresses this problem and by providing the first randomness native app chain. We built Random Network as a specialized layer 2 on Arbitrum Orbit. It delivers decentralized apps the secure, verifiable randomness they need. Being Espresso caffeinated node, we keep all the security of layer 1, yet we cut cost and boost speed like true layer 2 should. For cross-chain messaging, we use Hyperline, and of course, we use verifiable random function at its core. So what is VRIF? This is a cryptographic tool that solves one problem: how to create a random number that can be verified but cannot be predicted. For this purpose, random network use ECVRIF, which is elliptic curve implementation for verifiable random function. We use this algorithm because there are lots of libraries already existing in Solidity for EVM. Where would randomness be needed? Actually, it uses in many areas. For example, in GameFi, when you need to have transport lottery system, or maybe some rare item drop calculation. In NFT for creation unique collection and fair distribution and minting in your government's application for DAO member selection, or maybe validator selection in your proof of stake network, or maybe in security when you need to create and develop some verification system. So now let's consider, is it appropriate time to provide randomness? Now, areas that actively use verifiable randomness are growing rapidly. According to analytics research, blockchain gaming can grow to $1.2 trillion by 2033. NFT market can grow to $800 billion by 2035. And already verified demand estimate of millions of requests per year across thousands of projects. So what are the current services that provide randomness, and why are the advantages of random network? As you can see, there are several options. So we can use the basic block hash that using existing blockchain data, which is predictable and manipulatable by validators. We provide unpredictable and unique randomness for each request. We can use chain link VRF, which is de facto standard in our industry, but it uses Oracle-based off-chain computation, but it has some problem with centralization and not transparent solution. So we provide decentralized solution which high security guarantees by design. We can use and maybe some integration with DRAND network, which is distributed network for randomness, but it's not blockchain native and not directly integrated with smart contract. We provide directly access via smart contracts. Currently, we can use Solidity. Or maybe you can choose algorithm VRIF, which is integrate this VRIF in the consensus, but it's limited to algorithm ecosystem. We provide cross-chain interoperability from Hyperlane and OpenTens framework. So basically, how it works. First of all, user contracts call the random contract on source chain. Then request crosses chain through Hyperlane messaging. It trails to the random network. Off-chain VRF executor catch request, generate true randomness, and send back with the cryptographic proof. After on-chain verification, the verified result travel back to your chain through Hyperlane, and eventually the random contract on your source chain delivers the random number to your contract. So let's go to the demo. I go to live and show you how we can request some numbers, collect the wallet. Now we're at Arbitrum Sepolia. Let's request number and wait some moment. So as a result, we see the random big number. Yeah, one moment. Yeah, maybe some trouble as a live presentation as well. Let's try another one. Yeah, and we got some number, and you can see that it took 5 seconds for Arbitrum Sepolia. We can go to Arbitrum Explorer and verify that it's exactly took 5 seconds. So we request random number at 25 seconds and receive at 30. So yeah, it's a quick showcase of VRF from random network. And yeah, go to next slide. So our current state that we have live testnet with working VRF implementation, one live caffeinated node, cross-chain integration with 3 networks, which is Arbitrum, Optimism, Ethereum, Sepolia. And you can see response time benchmark that it's pretty fast, I think. And for the next step, we have huge plans. We need to make some core functionality. For example, I want to make the transition to full app chain. So it means that we will integrate VRF execution directly into the block producing. Use own ERC20 token as gas token and implement more payment model, for example, subscription. Also support ERC 7683 using OpenTens framework. And of course, we need audit core protocol smart contracts and support additional chain from Hyperlane integration. Yeah, so our team consists of 2 great people, me and greatest graphic designer. And the final, let's secure the future of Web3 randomness using random network. Thank you for your attention. That's all.
Thank you so much, Alex. It's so great. Like you really tried it, the demo live. So it's very, very nice. Congrats for the work done. I have one question after I'm going to pass to Sneh and after Ellie. What do you think would be the first use case? Let's say you have the product more ready. Which would be the first use case would you go that would be using and consuming from your application?
So basically, I'm looking for B2B integration with some partnership with new project Gamify, maybe existing project it's all about B2B integration, I think.
And in which sector, like what kind of industry, or if you can paint a little bit more, which would be this business that you're looking for first, this first ideal customer?
Yeah, I think it's some gamify project which is need some games on blockchain, maybe some Axis Infinity alternative, maybe some multiverse. We need some generation and some logic from randomness. So yeah.
Thank you so much. Isne?
Yeah, I just want to say this randomness, as we all programmers know, is a very hard problem to solve for, and yeah, looks like a very promising project. I guess my question is, like, as you mentioned, like Chainlink is one of the leaders in VR space right now, and they are sort of centralized. And your plan is to make this project decentralized. and you're planning to add validators. My question is like, how are you planning to keep these validators honest? Is the plan that this network will end up being a chain, will have some sort of POS mechanism or something like that in future?
Yeah, actually, this is a future plan to integrate VRF into validator process, and I have already some proof of concept, which is works perfectly, I think. So basically, it's kind of threshold system using P2P network, which is validator can exchange the private keys for generate one signature that can produce a random number, and this random generation process can be requested every block generation before block will be produced. The one validator selected put the random number into block, and above this network, all apps can use this number through smart contracts like precompiled contracts, So yeah, I see it like that.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, this is really, really cool. My question is, there's a lot of like use cases, sorry, in blockchain that like need random oracles. Like you mentioned, there's like on-chain use cases like a lottery, but then there's kind of like off-chain use cases in the sense of like a consensus protocol needs randomness to elect a leader. I was wondering if you could expand on, like, are there any sort of use cases where you need a random beacon where your design wouldn't work, or is it supposed to be able to pretty much work for anything that needs a randomness beacon in Web3?
So I see that random network will be app chain. So it will be the only purpose for hub of random numbers, and that's it. So validators can earn from the generate this number and provide to other chain. So ideally, it's upchain, which is connect through cross-chain messaging protocol to others' chain. So yeah, it's ideally a situation.
That's great. Thanks for answering all the questions, Alex, and thanks again for putting this project together and presenting to us.
Thank you very much.
I'm gonna move, of course.